left off. Oh, wait, yeah, there we go. Okay, last time we left off, we finished all the other artwork that had to be done. The background was filled in, and now the only thing left to do was the steel, starting on the steel girder, or starting on the girders. So what I wanted to do for that was this. Let's quit out of here first. Okay, yeah, draw building steel girders dodge. Okay, so this is going to be some type of probably going to have to draw it down here because I'm not sure if we're going to have enough room. So this is going to be probably like a two-part thing to dodge. I'm going to start out with you know, just a regular 8 pixels wide over here, but then it's going to come up. Now if I start out with 8 pixels wide, what is that going to be around here? It's going to be one of these blocks, so that's probably not going to be good. So we probably need to do 16 pixels. So is there space over here? Probably. Let's see. So that's 1 wide. We're going to have to do these 2 high, right? Yeah. And then those 2, I could try to do it in this corner over here. Let me try that first. Okay, so I got a few ideas over here about how to do it. So we'll start that. So it looks like we're gonna have, I believe this is the color of the building. So we want 2 of these over here. And then, so 1, 2 wide. Let's see, start out with a line. Oh yeah, that's right. So we want 1 wide over here. It's going to be that way. But then this one is going to repeat. Okay, so I think we could do this by calling this one and then calling this one repeating. So we got that one up there. Probably want to go with the top, all the way to the top. And then do some type of transparency for this. And then at some point, we're going to have half of it. So let's just start out with, no, we can't do that over there. So we're going to start out with this one, and then this one down here, going that way. That's pretty good. All right, and we'll go like that, because that's going to end eventually. Yeah, there we go. So we want this one to crisscross over there. So I think I have an idea of this one a little bit better, right? Yeah, there we go. Not exactly what I was thinking. I think we're 1 off. Where do we want to be? Yeah, there we go. That one, right there. That way. Yeah, there we go. And then up here, probably this way, right there. And then that way they meet in the middle. So that way when you draw it again, you could like flip it and then draw it the original way. So you could do a lot with those 2. This thing ends, so so we could do that, but I think we're probably going to want to cut the ends off of this like that. And then probably not start from directly over there. Probably do the same thing that we did over here, which is right over there that way. And these are going to be color shifted again, because they're going to be using the same color shift that the other one is using. So the first one is not going to be, well, I guess you got one on one side and one on the other side. So we're going to have to do a lot of flipping in software, a lot of software flipping. So we should probably do that one over there and that one over there to kind of make them connected. And then, well, see, that's not going to be ideal either. Oh, because this thing is over there. All right, so we do have to do this. We'll have to see how that looks. All right, this is just going to be for starters, and then we'll probably have some like pink highlight down here, something like that, or this one. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Probably have some type of highlight like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that's like the basic thing. All right, so now this thing, let's save this first. All right, then let's load this in a new load this in a new tab. All right, so when we start showing these, when we finish showing the skyline, at some point we're going to be done showing the skyline. So I think then would be the time to, well, we'll start out with that. All right, so first I'll do dodge state. So you have to start dodging. Cloud token, and then yeah, over here, dodge state. Okay, so now let's go to oh, the background height. Okay, so if the background height is less than 64, then I do that. Probably background height is going to be 0, I think. Let me try this out. All right, let me save that, load it, and then try it out. Yeah, there we go. All right, so it starts on the 200s. And it goes down to 64, okay. So, well, that's where we're printing the background height. So I gotta figure out where we're printing the background height. BGH. Okay, so we're printing it out in Draw Skyline, and now that's the background height. Where's Draw Skyline getting it from? Oh, so it's only gonna go to 64. It's not gonna go below that. So I guess once it hits 64, then we could do dodge state is 1 equals 1. Okay. Oh no, if it's less than 64, then it equals 64. So we want the dodge state to be right there, I think. There we go. Dodge state equals 1. Okay, we have to start dodging stuff right there. All right, now what do we do? All right, skyline, dodge state is 1. Now we have to start adding new like girders. So just put like girders, and then just like we have like add new rain, add new exhaust, animate clouds. We draw skyline, first raindrop, then we're going to need add new droplet, we're going to need add new girder. First raindrop, add new droplet. Add new droplet, there we go. So right underneath there, we're going to have function add new girder. Okay. Initial X, initial Y, initial weight. I'm not sure we need that stuff. Yeah. It's gonna be like the clouds almost, because you know they're gonna come from the bottom and draw upwards. So it's gonna kind of be like a cloud, animate clouds, yeah, add clouds. Right, girders, and then start out with this. So the X is going to be, it's going to have some length to it, you know, and then it's going to be somewhere on the screen. It's going to show up, and then yeah, it's going to be somewhere on the screen. It's going to show up, and it's going to repeat itself a certain number of times. So we almost need like what the length is, you know. So X is well, I guess the length is going to be where X is, I guess. So we'll start out with that. And that's going to be, let's just start out with RND to 64 halfway through the screen, right? We'll see what happens with this. And then Y is always going to be lower than the screen, so I think we'll do the same thing, 132. Draw. Now, the draw function is going to be challenging. So then that cloud was the entire thing. This thing is going to be pretty complicated. So we've got this sprite over here is going to be sprite number 32. Self.x, self.y, just like this thing. And then it's going to stretch. This one says 6 wide. Okay, so then this one is going to go 2 down. And 1 across, probably. But then, depending on where this X is, it depends on how long it's going to be. I guess how many 8 pixels wide it's going to be. So what we could do is we could have everything past the screen, so everything is 128 pixels wide, but then how far it's going to go, and then how many of these are going to be repeated. Let's just start out with this for right now, and then we'll figure the rest of this stuff out later. Okay, so update. So, all right. So then we need we probably don't want to multiply it at all. We probably want it to be the exact speed. So we're probably going to take this thing. Yeah, we're just going to take this in bulk. All this stuff right here. And then the only thing we'll pretty much get rid of is this delete girders, and then this thing right here. All right, and then we just need to add this new girder at a certain point. So I guess we'll go all the way to the bottom, which over here is the top. So I guess we'll just do add new girder up here, and then go all the way to the bottom over here. And then add new girder at the bottom. Okay, draw state. Okay, draw skyline if negative altitude is greater than 20. See and all clouds. So where do we add new clouds? Ah, there we go. If the dodge state is equal to 1, then add new girder. But we can't just do that, because then we'll have like way too many of them. So we'll need something like this. Yeah, and then cloud token is cloud token is greater than 900. Oh, and then we set cloud token to 0 also. All right, well, we'll just try that for right now. We'll probably need like a girder token or something like that. But we'll just try that for right now. Yep. Double equals over here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's what we want. Alright, so any minute over here we're going to get a cloud to show up, or one of these girders to show up. Alright, there's a cloud. Cloud is getting, oh, okay, wait a second. Cloud is going to be equal to 0, and then we're going to check this cloud token is 900, so that's not going to work at all, because we'll never get there. Alright, so we need a girder. We need like the girder token over here, right next to the cloud token. Alright, and then we have to find cloud token where we increment that. Alright, and then do girder token plus equals 1. And then change this one. And then change this one. Alright, so that one should be good, I think. Yep. And then load this one and run it. Or we have to do that, it has to be way less than 900, it looks like. Still not seeing it show up. Dodge state is equal to 1, so we should have hit the dodge state already. Alright, let's take a look at this add new girder then. Add new girder. Okay, so we add this girder, we draw this sprite. And then we call update on it. We're drawing it down at the bottom, we're never calling update on it. So we have to, in the update, there we go, for G in all girders, do update. And okay, so that one, and then we have to draw it. So we're drawing clouds over here. For G and all girders, G draw. Okay, so that's probably it. All right, now we should start seeing it. Thanks. Yeah, Kenji. Hey, Barry Nikki. Thanks for watching again tonight. Last night, Kenji said like it was like a weak cloud because now we had like, you know, all this other nice stuff. We got the horizon looking good. We got the city looking good. The reflection was good, but then he saw this cloud and he was like, "It's a weak looking cloud," and he was like, "We should have a, you know, you need like a better looking cloud." So he's like, "You gotta have some outline or something," and so then he like coached me into, you know, making a better looking cloud, and that was it. Oh wait, is that a girder down there? Yeah, that's it. There's the girder. Okay, so I see it approaching. There's two of them. Alright, so that's like close, but it doesn't look menacing at all. So, so that's going to have to change a little bit. All right, and then we probably want 1x2 for starters. That's the first thing that we want. And then this thing has to, 350 is like not going to work at all. Weight to speed is probably going to have to be not divided by anything. Yeah, let's try that. So that's first. That's the first issue. So we'll save that and quit it, right? And then over here we'll load it and then edit it. So this does not look menacing at all. We gotta make this look menacing somehow. So I don't even know if this is going to be menacing enough, because I'm just adding another, column over here. But we'll check it out. We'll see how it looks. All right, and then this side, I think, is what we want to do over there. No, it doesn't look right. Probably want to reverse these two. That's probably what we want. Yeah, each one of these, and then each one of these goes this way. Yeah, there we go. And then probably the same thing over here, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. No, not that one. That one. Over there. And then all the way up that way. And then this way with that. Okay, we'll try this out first. See how this looks. I'm not 100% sold on this this style yet, but I'm willing to give it a shot. All right. So let's start running this. %, CPU. Oh, there it is. That's hard to see. There's no way that we're going to be able to see that. Not with all this other stuff going on. So I'm probably going to have to abandon the idea of making it look like Donkey Kong, which I'm sad about. So we're probably going to have to go with something else. Yeah, there it is, like right there. And it's like also flying by way too fast to dodge. It's gonna approach like a minute now. Yeah, there it is, right there. All right, so that one's not gonna work. So we gotta change this somehow. We go with this like a steel girder, like I was thinking before. The problem with that is we got these clouds. Now, I mean, the clouds look nice, but we might have to, as like a background thing, but I don't know. Do this bright pink over here. I think this one we're swapping to make it look a little darker. This one we're swapping to make it look a little darker. I mean, we got this bright red we could do. Pink and red. I mean, I'll try it out. And I think it's going to have to be like very obvious. So I think even this thing is just going to be a little too see-through to do anything with. I think we're going to have to... Nope, not that one. Yeah, that. Probably make the entire thing. So maybe draw this pattern and then draw like that, like one of these types of steel girders, like, you know, it's going to be like in front of it or something like that. I don't know. It's a fine line because I don't want it to look too cheesy, but then again, it has to like stand out because this is an important, you know, block, you know, type thing. All right, so we'll try that out first. Oh, no. All right. First save, and then try running this. All right. All right, any minute now we should get one. There we go. It's a little bit better, and it's not as... Is that the same speed? I honestly completely missed that. Turtle on the cloud that throws hammers. Yeah, that would be like a total shout out to the Hammer Brothers from Mario, which I out of context I just mentioned that to somebody else this week. Oh, somebody was hammering in one of my coworkers' apartments, like right above. So I sent him a picture of the Hammer Brothers from Mario. He liked it. I mean, you know, but not the fact that they kept hammering. Okay, so that stands out a little bit more. And I think we had to decrease it from 900 to something lower. So I can do that right now. Yeah, there it is. But... yeah, let me try it. Let me start doing that first. Alright, where was that? That was on Raindrop. Yes, load the file. And then we had, yeah, girder token. So we're probably gonna have to have it equal to like something like 400, let's say. All right, first we'll do 400, and then we want to, you know, kind of draw it out a little bit more. So. What happens if you get hit by the girder? So then, Dropping Rain is asking, what happens if you get hit by the girder? If you're above a certain size and you get hit by the girder, there's the same explosion as when your raindrop explodes, but it's only decreased by like half or something like that. And then if you get hit by it again and you're not like large enough at some certain size, like 50 or something like that, then you reset the level. It doesn't reset, but you like you know, you basically lose. That's like the lose state. So the girders are what you're trying to dodge. Yeah, like right there. You'd have to go all the way over there, which is not going to work. We're going to have to, like, have some boundaries somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it has to have some boundaries, but you can't have like a girder just show up in the middle there. It's got to be attached to something. So the problem is it's going to be like, you're going to be squished all the way to this side. And then that's it. It's like you're accelerating down and you're like, whoosh. All right, so this girder, it's going to need a background. I'm going to start out with this one. It might be too dark, but we'll see how it goes. And I might even abandon the entire like red and pink motif and go with something else. But you know, it's not visible right now. We're gonna need something like that. That's the first issue, which we could see. We can see how it is first. Yeah, we can see how it looks first before abandoning the whole thing. Alright, there it is. So it looks a little better. I mean, I do like the fact that it's red. It kind of stands out. It's like, hey, don't get hit by this thing. Yeah, there we go. And as long as the hitbox is not like, you know, absolutely terrible, like oh, you crossed the pixel by like 1 pixel. That's it, you're done for. I think that could totally work. And if you're big enough, it's not like, you know, 1 hit is the end, you know. Yeah, I think this could totally work. Okay. So 400 is good for right now. So let's work on drawing this girder a little bit more. All right, so we're drawing. If we look at this girder, we're drawing these two side by side. You know, top to bottom, 1 and then 2 high. And then we want to draw this one repeating until the end of the screen. So we're only drawing, right now, we're only drawing right-handed, or what is it? No, left-handed? There we go. I'm trying to put my hands up so you can see my hands. We're only trying to draw left-handed girders. Right-handed girders? I don't know. One of those hands. And it's going from one side to the other. Or in this case, this side to this side. Yeah, there we go. I can motion right underneath it. This side to this side. So we want to draw it the whole way through. So we want to repeat it tons of times with sprite, the second one, which is 33. And so it's going to be self.x plus 8, and then self.y, right? But this one, yeah, this one is still going to be 1 and 2. But that's one of them. We have to repeat this like a whole bunch of times. And I guess the positioning of this is going to be 8. So this is going to have to, it's going to have to go across the entire screen potentially, unless we like, you know, reduce this somehow. So, oh, that's only going to be from 0 to 64. So it is only going to be on this side of the screen. So we really have to do it from like, I don't know, 32 to to 128 for the left-handed ones or the right-handed ones. So how do we do that? So we need a for loop over here. For all right, so if there's 128, each one is 8 pixels wide. 8, 16, 128 divided by 8. I don't know. Math, you know? I should know this. I'm gonna beat myself up when I see it at 16. All right, so we gotta do it by 16, and then for each one of these, I is gonna have to be multiplied by. So it's going to be I times 8 for each one of these. So that's fine. But then this one is going to be floor. Let's split this up and then look for floor. Okay, 128 minus 4 negative altitude. There was a way to do this, but I might not be using it. It's like random between two numbers. I think this is it. Random between two numbers. So it's floor, and then it's random in between 32 and 128. So I think it's 32, and then you do this plus 128. Now that's going to give me a random number above 128. So I think it's going to have to be 128 to 32, something like that. No. So I'll change since reading it. So I have to undo all this stuff. That's a lot of work. All right, let's let's redo all of that work. Save it as ram p8-1. Quit. Save this one. Then load them. Load the two of them up side by side. Or actually do a diff on issue and see what changed in between raindrop 1 and raindrop 1 p-1. Well, aside from all of that stuff. Okay, here we go. So this is all the code that changed that I need. So I'll just grab all of this stuff and replace it. Raindrop A1 P8, and then I wonder. I don't know if this thing tells me the line number or not. Let's see. 408, line number 408. You know, around here. There we go. Okay, so that one right there, that looks good. Save that, which worked. And then over here, this one, these two lines were added also. So I'm just gonna copy these over. And gotta find out where they were originally. 112, right under the SPR. 32 right over here. Yep, not that. That too. And then paste them in. There we go. Okay. Got everything saved. Now what do we have to do? Let's see. For I equals 0 to 16, you spray it up. Okay. It's an X right over. Okay. All right. Try this. Whoa. That's huge. Not gonna miss that one. It's always appearing in the same spot. It's probably gotta have something to do with this like plus 128 thing. Maybe we're only seeing the back side of it, so we're not seeing the front. Unless the first one is yeah, that's what we're seeing. The first one is overriding the... The first one is getting overridden by the second one. Yeah, by the second one. Oh, there you go. Ah, yeah. Okay, so first one's getting overridden, so we can't do it by from 0 to that. We have to do it by 1 to 16 to that. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is it's only like right-handed or left-handed. So if it's left-handed, then we have to do like a completely separate thing. If it's a left-handed girder. That's the first issue. The second issue is it's like way too far out. So what we probably have to do is it's not going to be 64 because that's only going to be halfway in through the screen. We got to do a little bit beyond 64, like 30. Not 64. We got to do it beyond 64, like 50 or something like that. So we'll try that. So 50, and then that. All right, yeah. We'll see if this works. See how this looks first before we do it. Go any further. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Dodge that one. Should be another one coming up soon. Unless 400 is too little. Yeah, 400 might be like, you know, too high of a number. Probably, yeah, there it is. Something higher than that. So we need to see more of them. We need more girders. And then we need... I also want to take a look at this girder in a little bit more... that could have been one of them. Alright, in a little bit more detail. I think I have to press escape at the right time. Just take a look at one of these things. Alright, as soon as one shows up in a minute. Alright, well, wasn't really what I was thinking, but I guess it's looking okay over here. So that's a girder. I can also do like a line, a line of bricks. Bricks are pretty fun to draw. You could do like a little little tiny 3D effect with them. I'm not sure yet with that so far. So let's see. So first we need right-handed or left-handed. These are all right-handed. I'm going with right-handed girders because they're coming off the right-hand side of the screen. So now we need like left-handed ones. So this one is going to be right or left. Handed. Handed equals floor of R&D of 2. I gotta look up R&D. Floor of R&D. Or unless I have one over here. I'll have one of these tabs open now. Pico-8 R&D. Okay. Alright. 0 and the given maximum. Okay. Max, the range non-inclusive defaults to 1. So, a random number between, okay, here it is. Okay, 32 plus 64, random number between 32 and 96. So I'm looking for a random number between 50 and 128. I think that's what I want. And then a random number between 1 and 6. So I need a random number between, I guess I could do 1 and 0 for rand 1. I think 1 is the default, it said. Random number, range non-inclusive, defaults to 1. 0 and the given maximum, okay. Oh no, I can't do, I'd have to do 1 and 2, because if it's floor, then it's going to drop it for pretty much everything, so it's always going to be 0. So I think I have to do 2, and it's going to give me a random number between 0, 1, and 2, but then I have to add 1, so then it gives me a random number between 1 and 2. I think that's what it's going to. So if it's range, what is it? Is it inclusive or not? Non-inclusive. Okay. So the range is non-inclusive, which means that it's going to give me a 0 or a 1, and then if it's 2, that might be all I need then. I'm going to need a 1 and 2, so a 0 or 1 handed. So if it's a 1, then it's going to be right-handed. And then I have to, I'm going to need if statements over here for if it's right-handed or if it's left-handed between the draw and the X value. So I could do that right now. And then we could work on the girder hitness. Alright, so if handed equals 1 if it's right-handed, then did I do it if-then properly? Oh, I see. I can't do an if in the middle of this. Nope. I can't do a middle of because that's that thing, I think. So I'm not inside of a function. So I think I have to flip it inside of this function. I have to say, okay, if we're right-handed, then do it this way. But then if we're left-handed, then oh, I see what to do. So we'd have to flip it. So if the if handed is equal to 0. I don't know if you could just do like if handed in here. I'm not sure. If handed is equal to 0, then we're gonna have to flip it. Then flip it. Else do this thing. I guess do this whole thing, right? Draw the whole thing. Okay, so how do we flip it? All right, so I think we did a flip before with like a SPR flip thing last night. SPR, I just have to look for every single SPR, and we did one of them with like a false and a true. Here we go. Okay, so this one was flipped because I think we flip it in the X value and the Y value. Yeah, flip X, flip Y. Okay, so if we want the X value to be flipped, how do we do that one? False, and then true. So this is the X value is going to be flipped. The Y value we don't have to worry about, so the Y value is always going to be false. And then this one is, if the hand is equal to 0, then it's true. Flip the X value. And this thing, I think I'll just flip them just to be on the safe side. I'm not sure if we need it. But then there's something else we have to do over here. We have to subtract all of these I times 8s to go to the other side of the screen, I think. That's the first thing that we have to do. The second thing we have to do is get rid of this 400 and make it something like, I don't know, something insane like 50 or something like that, just to start seeing these things a little bit more. All right, let's try that. Okay, so now we're here. There it is. We just saw the first one. Oh, man. Okay. Now we don't want to get hit by these things. But they're all showing up from one side of the screen. So it looks like whatever we did not working. Okay, so it's only showing up on one side of the screen, but we have a good amount of stuff falling down. Like, you know, we're falling and we might hit into a good amount of stuff. Hey.
Go check out Nella.
Alright, hang on everybody, I'll be back in 1 second. All right, back. Okay, looks like we're still running. Yeah, so it's not showing up on the one side. I gotta figure out why. I think that's where we left off. There we go. Okay. So let's check it out. Add new girder. Okay, so handed floor. Okay, so floor random 2. So it's going to be a 0 or a 1. 0 to the number, not inclusive. Handed equals 0, then flip it. Is handed not equal to 0? I think we're going to have to print this out. So let's search down here for BGH. So we printed that out over there. And move that up here. And then this one is at, what is it, 0, 19, 7. So 24. Something like that. All right. Just to figure out how this runs. Okay. Got to do it inside of this function. There it is. Self.handed. That could have been the problem all along. Let's find out. Whoa. Okay, so there's one. I'm dodging. Dodging that one. Dodging that one. Okay, so every 50 is a little bit much, looks like. And there's nowhere to go on this one. So obviously, we've got a few things to tweak over here. Alright, and then I want to pause that and take a look at how this girder looks. Okay, so we started over here with this X pattern, and then it gets repeated every single time. Is it noticeable? I mean, not really while you're trying to dodge them, but it should be where the red is in the foreground and the pink is in the background. But if we flip them every single time, how would that work? No, it would alternate between red and pink, I think. All right, so yeah, red and pink. We'll go back and forth. So how's that going to work? Yeah, alternate between going back and forth and red and pink. So for every like even one, we would do. We started at 1, so for every even one, we would flip it. I think that's what we would do over here. If I mod 2 equals 0, then flip it. Else, don't flip it. Probably what we would probably want to do something like that, and then this would be the y would be flipped, but the x would no. Would the x flip and the y stay the same? Because before we did it over here, right, let's look at that other one. Yeah, before we did it over there, and it was false true, so the y was flipped, and the x. So this one, since we're flipping it this way, it would be false over here, but true over here. And then this one, we would want to flip it because the sprite, you know, rounded corner thing is on one side, and we want to flip it to the other side. So that one's always going to get flipped, true, false. But this one is going to follow the same logic as down here. And also this is like repeated over here, so so we really only care about this one. So this thing we don't even need. Oh, but this logic is flipped also. We could reconcile that later. Yeah. So this is a subtraction, and that one's an addition right there. Okay, so let me just repeat the same logic over here and then change those to subtractions instead. Let's see. Yeah, we probably want this whole thing. And then change these to minus signs, and then that probably should be it for the drawing section of it. Okay. Alright, so that one doesn't have it. Then I did see some that did have it. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Alright, so first of all, the grid pattern looks exactly correct. Like this one looks exactly correct. But the second one was the grid pattern. What's happening is it's 128 wide, but it's getting shifted over. So I think this is the end of one of those grids, or one of these girders, right? And then it's getting shifted over all the way. So the beginning of it is over here. So somehow the first section of it, the initial section, is going to have to be between the point that we specified and the edge of the screen. And then everything else is going to have to get filled in behind it. I think the issue is that it's like there might be an issue where the handedness is like, you know, messing it up. Yeah, the handedness might be messing it up where it's like flipping it, but then it's showing up that way. I think that might be it. I think I'm gonna have to just figure this out tomorrow. I think this is working though, so I'm gonna take this print statement out before I finish. All right, well that's it for tonight. Pretty beat, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. All right, bye.